Well, good afternoon again, everybody, and welcome back to the Duke Dome for the York Holiday Tournament. We are ready for the nightcap matchups between the hometown York Dukes and the visiting Platteview Trojans. My name is Eric Allgood, and David Ginwright, former Duke himself and the voice of the Dukes, voice of the boys game on the PA. David, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well, Eric. Thanks for the hefty introduction for myself.
Well, yeah, man. With college man coming back with the alma mater.
Oh, it feels good.
It does, right?
It does.
Platteview, York, this is the girls' appetizer for the boys' main course coming up a little bit later tonight. But two really good teams here. Coach Ron Coughlin for Platteview has his Trojans 7-0 on the season and ranked number 3 in Class B. Matt Kern has his York Dukes 5-2 and ranked number 9 in Class B. This is the opening tip, and well, I have a feeling that Platteview thought they might win that thing. Everybody was on the Platteview side on the opening tip, and for good reason. A couple of Division I athletes wearing a red jersey today, or future Division I athletes, I should say. Sabrina Starks, number 2 for Platteview, off to play volleyball at Pitt coming up next fall. And Payton Brotzki, number 33, will play basketball at Creighton. It kind of goes without saying, maybe, David, that defense will be paramount tonight. The entire game, but really against Brotzki, averaging 26 points a game. She's got her dribble drive, leaves it underneath for Starks, and that right there is something that Coach Kern has got to be a little concerned about to start this game.
Absolutely, not a lot of size to match up with Starks, as you see a steal defensively for Platteview right there, but for Matt Kern, not a lot of size defensively to put up against Sabrina Starks. She's going to be able to go over the top of a lot of players tonight, so they're going to look to feed her low, I think, to have success against Matt Kern's team. Matt Kern's Duke team. There we go.
And we get a double dribble then coming right back, actually. Anna Kaler with the violation to give it back to York. Starks is 6'3". Yeah, if she can play volleyball, you know she can jump, right? So that's kind of the thing. And Brotzki's going to put up this ball. She's going to shoot it, and she's going to not turn down too many good looks, if at all, here in this ball game. So for York, looking at the stats for York, they average 43.6 points a game, and they give up 33.7. Those are two numbers that tell me that more often than not, York wants to slow the ball down. They want to get in a half court, and they want to run their offense, and they want that one right shot on each possession. Platteview averaging 62 points a game. That tells me they want to get the ball, and they want to go score it now. There's no need to if you remember the movie Hoosiers, quit throwing the ball around, put the ball on the hoop, right? That's what Platteview wants to do. So kind of contrasting styles, and then Brotzki picks off a pass. She will go coast to coast, steps over, and knocks down the shot.
Lauren Riley, normally like a tremendous defender for this Duke squad. As you see her giving the pass up the court to Regan Cast, who doesn't convert.
Got to finish, but Riley will get a 3 on the offensive rebound. Then Cast, once again, finally gets it up and in.
Lauren Riley, as I was saying before, normally a tremendous defender. Payton Brotzki made it look easy going by Lauren Riley there. That just kind of tells you the amount of talent we have in this ball game tonight. Has a nice drive on the baseline. That time for Kaylee Kaler, giving Platteview a 4-point lead early on York. Lauren Riley cuts it to 2 with that layup. Back-to-back easy layups for both squads here.
Brotzki, a dribble drive, stops at the free throw line. Her shot no good, and Zumpf the rebound. 6-4 our score. Platteview on top. That pass deflected and will bounce out of bounds. We'll stay with the Dukes. York bringing subs in off the bench early here. Kate Irwin, Nicole Mittman, and Natalia Dick all coming in. So maybe that's the other thing that Coach Kern is going to have to do tonight, is really going to have to just throw bodies at Starks and Brotzki, right? I mean, you're just going to have to try to wear them down a little bit with just a few more girls that you're going to play. Sometimes that means you got a few extra fouls to deal with too, right? So you can kind of afford to a certain extent, turn everybody loose defensively.
Right, Starks obviously has the size advantage over most when it comes to tall and height-wise. But body-wise, I think York might have a little bit of an advantage down low, giving a little bit of size overall to York in that category. Might be able to back her down a little bit better than others would as Lauren Riley turns into the corner. Natalia Dick down low for York. Trapped. Kicked out.
Boy, there's been a couple times that Mittman has turned down an open shot so far. This has been a long possession for the Dukes, and it's going to end in an open layup for Haley Pohl.
That's exactly what Matt Kern wants.
Oh, yeah, man. Boy, you'd take 40 seconds off the clock and 2 points at the end of it all night if you're the Dukes.
And an easy 2 points at that, Eric.
Right. In the corner, Kaylee Kaler with it. Drives baseline. Back up to the top for Hallie Johnson. They want the dump down low. Brotzki got position, puts it up and in. Payton Brotzki with 4 points, and it is controlled by the Dukes. Boy, that looked terrifying for just a moment there, but good recovery by Kate Irwin.
Thought we were going to hear Matt Kern's defensive coach voice from the football season.
You've heard that voice before, it sounds like. Oh, Irwin has it knocked free, taken away, and a reach-in foul then called against Mittman. So already 3 steals for the Platteview defense. And a sub in for Platteview as Anna Kaler comes out and Emma Lewis comes into the ball game. Emma, a 5'5" sophomore. Behind the back and now into the corner. There we go, up with a 3, and it's good. By 35, that's Kaylee Kaler.
That was just a really good drive and dish.
At the other end, a driving shot and a foul called. It will be Kaler, who just hit the 3, whistled for the foul. Be her first, team's first, and will result in 2 free throws for Carson Zumpf. Carson, a 5'10" senior, averages 9 points and 6 rebounds a contest. And game in and game out, Carson's got to be that tough physical presence in the post.
Something, as we touched on a little earlier before we started this broadcast, we've got size but not a lot of, basketball IQ. There's a lot of girls down low that are size and they take up space. They do what they're told, but they're not real basketball savvy unless their name is Carson Zumpf. Carson Zumpf's a pretty good basketball player, and with size, they really need to utilize that.
Brotzki working on Regan Cass, throws it in the corner for Hallie Johnson. Now over the wing for Kaylee Kaler. Wants a little pick and roll with Starks. Good defense there by Natalia Dick. Platteview by 3, and a 3 goes up. That's short, and Riley with a defensive rebound. Here come the Dukes at the other end. The first layup no good. Riley got it back and put it in.
That almost could have been and 1 for Lauren Riley. Transition, way too much for York's defense.
Oh, got to turn and run if you're on defense for the Dukes. Platteview answers right back, still leading by 3. Sievers with it. Now 2:40 to go in the opening period. Up top for Cast. Onto the block, there's Zumpf. And a foul called. She will get 2 free throws. Emma Lewis, the guilty party. And if you're York, that's exactly where you got to go, is to get Carson isolated on the much shorter Lewis down there, 5'10" on 5'5".
And that was just a really good find by Regan Cass. Had taken the ball on the wing and looking and waiting. And as soon as they saw that mismatch off of the switch on the screen, she fed it down low, and Carson took advantage of it.
Haley Pohl checks in for Lauren Riley in the York lineup. We also have Madeline Superior into the ball game for Platteview. 1 out of 2 on the free throws there for Zumpf. And a 2-point Platteview lead. 2.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Brotzki with her dribble over to the right side for Emma Lewis.
This is where I'm interested to see how York fares when Lauren Riley is on the bench. Because up to this point this year, with Tinley Hansen going down with a knee injury, Lauren Riley's kind of carried the workload for Matt Kern's team this year. So in a big matchup like this, I'm interested to see how they fare with her on the bench. It
was game 1 for Tinley as a 3 goes up on the side, no good, but an offensive rebound for Pohl. So another opportunity here for York with 1:44 to go. Pass just in front of a cutting Carson Zumpf, and that'll be the 4th turnover of the first period. And Riley comes right back in for York, replacing Natalia Dick. Anna Kaler back in there, and Brooke Karnick. First time we've seen Brooke, number 20, out there for Platteview. Trojan lead is 4 with 1:36 to go here in the first quarter. Brotzki up top, gets a couple of screens, steps back for 3. Airballs it though, but it's an offensive rebound right to Karnick. Then it's taken away. Here comes Lauren Riley up the right side. On the left side, what a feed and a finish for Haley Pohl.
What a pass by Lauren Riley there, and to manage with 2 hands in her face on the transition.
Down the lane, what a tough shot. Anna Kaler gets it to go for Platteview. 4-point lead again for the Trojans with 1:02 to go in the first period. Now Riley picks up her dribble, dead near half court, gets it over to the right side for Pohl. Into the post, Zumpf double team, kicks it out. That's cast for a 3. And the rebound for Brotzki.
It's a nice job by Brotzki, is falling to her knees to keep her dribble.
And then a travel, though, at the other end. Platteview gives it back. So 3 turnovers for the Trojans, 4 for the Dukes. Allie Johnson back in for Platteview. She will replace Brotzki. I don't think Brotzki's had a breather just yet. This might be a good time with her team up by 4 with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Now a zone look. Riley just brings it up, fires a 3, but cannot find it.
Good look for Lauren Riley, though. Open 3, and she's really confident in her shot.
Stepping into that, you take Lauren on that shot 9 times out of 10. Up top, that's Lewis with it, now into the corner. Karnick gets it up for Johnson. To the right side for Kaler. Back into the corner for Johnson. Hallie goes baseline, wraparound pass, nobody home. Turnover, Trojans. 4 seconds left in the quarter. An opportunity here for York to execute something real quick. Riley will pick it up. Lauren, a lot of contact, but the officials swallow the whistle. And that is how the period ends. Platteview 17, York 13 at the end of 1. The York Holiday Tournament on Strive TV.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
Second quarter of play about to begin. Platteview 17, York 13 at the York Holiday Tournament. David, what do you see out of both teams so far in this game?
Something I haven't seen from York yet this year is what Dickie V would call NASCAR basketball. We're running back and forth, running the floor really well. Haven't seen that from York much this year. In past years where they've had 4 guards on the floor at a time, they run the floor a lot as Brotzki gets a steal for Platteview off the opening possession for York. Takes it all the way to the basket for herself.
Payton Brotzki has 8 points now for Platteview, and their lead is 6, biggest lead of the game so far for the Trojans. And you got to wonder, Platteview now in man-to-man, so they're getting up on the ball a lot more than what they did in that first quarter. Kind of play back in the zone a little bit. Trying to put some pressure up there. Sabrina Starks also back into the ball game for the Trojans. Pole has it now to the top for Cast.
Good off-the-ball movement, though, by everybody on York's squad right now.
Coming down the lane, Zumpf has it knocked free. Starks picks up the loose ball. 6th turnover for York so far. At the other end, a foul on the floor before the shot. So no free throws coming. Did we mention that, you know, it really does kind of feel like Platteview wants to shoot it quickly, and York does not.
No.
I mean, that was kind
the
of what we
feel.
thought in the first,
Yeah.
before the game, and I think that's very much the case.
Very much so. York's trying to get easy looks at the basket, especially when Starks isn't in the picture, trying to bring her out towards the perimeter, get her away from the post, so nobody's getting a shot sent into the stands.
Save back in, but a save out of bounds. Starks tried to throw it back onto the block for Kaylee Kaler, who had inbounded it, and Kaylee ends up throwing it into the, she threw it into the front row of the York boys that are be getting dressed here in a little while. So they get ready to take on the number 2 team in Class B, the Platteview Trojans.
Could you ask for more than number 1 and number 2 on this?
You know, there's a reason that Ron Powell from the Lincoln Journal-Star is here, Mike Sauter from Nebraska Recruiting is here, and Stu Pospisil, I understand, is on his way from the Omaha World-Herald. Starks blocks it cleanly, that time from Zumpf. To the other end we go. Brotzki drives, kicks out. A 3 on the left wing is strong, no good. The 3 put up by Kaler. Here comes the Dukes at the other end. The layup is good by Regan Cast. 5'10" senior's got 4 points.
Sorry about that, Eric. One thing I really love to watch with Lauren Riley, as soon as they get into transition, her head never goes down. She's always looking up the floor, looking for somebody else to open up and find the basket.
Starks gets it to Brotzki in the right corner, guarded by Riley. Lauren gives up a few inches, but not any quickness, that's for sure. Baseline drive all the way around, and Brotzki ends up with the position, got sealed off of Riley. And Payton Brotzki, well, there's a reason she's averaging 26 a game. She's now got 10 so far in this contest.
Not even halftime yet.
Riley, top of the key, gets it over for Haley Pohl. And now back up for Nicole Mittman. 6-point deficit for the Dukes with 5:18 to play in the first half. Mittman, top of the key. That's Zumpf for a 3. Rattles out, no good. Contact on the rebound is going to stay with York.
A lot of voices over there on the York side asking for a foul on that rebound.
Well, and that was a case, you know, for the officials. It was either going to be a foul on Platteview or York basketball.
Yep.
Because really that was out off of York. But that's kind of the give and take of officiating sometimes.
If one misses, you call the other.
Right. Well, up top, Dick drops a pass, and it's an easy steal for Kaylee Kaler. She finishes at the other end. Turnovers mounting for the Dukes. That's 7 now in the ball game. And the deficit mounting as well. It's 8 with 4:45 to play in the first half. Lauren Riley held in check so far, just 4 points. Crosses over on Brotzki, bounces it into the corner. Now out and around. Pohl looks for the block, and nope, stolen away. Brotzki again with a steal. Payton stops, pulls up at 10, knocks it down.
She's done it all so far.
Payton Brotzki, 6 of 8 from the field so far in this ball game. 25-15 our score.
It's hard to defend when you don't know if she's going to drive by you or pull up right in front of you.
Riley will spot a 3 and bank it home from the top. Even Lauren surprised herself like, well, okay, it went in, I guess.
Saw that look as soon as she let go of the ball.
Starks takes it on the block, goes up with the left hand, and a foul is called on Kate Irwin of York. Kate's first, just the team's second.
And that's going to be tough to defend for 2.5 more quarters of play.
First of 2 free throws up and good for Sabrina. Regan Cass, Carson Zumpf back into the game. Starks makes good on both. Sabrina's got 6 points. She averages 9 a game. Had 18 earlier this season against Fort Calhoun.
It's one thing I've loved to see. I've loved seeing so far in this game is both teams are playing, a team effort. It's not two people scoring as we've seen in the past for York, or vice versa for Platteview. There's at least 4 people who have scored on each side of the ball.
Severs has it, top of the key, into a double team. Now Pohl trying to drive, pinned it on her hip, and gets it on the baseline for Carson Zump, who knocks it down. Perhaps a little fortunate with the whistle there from not happening for the officials, but still 2 points for the Dukes. They are down 7, though, with 3:20 to go in the first half. Brotzki, baseline, floater, no. Severs, the defensive rebound. Pressured in the backcourt, and a foul called on Platteview. Going to get Superior for it. You can hear Coach Kern over quite a bit, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
I think he wants to run 52.
I think so.
Just guessing. Oh, can't run it without the ball, though. Brotzki takes it away from Lauren Riley. It's 9 turnovers and 8 steals for Platteview. The 3 no good by Kaler. And tracking down a rebound, though, in the corner. Brotzki hangs, finishes with a foul.
Wow.
Yeah, she can probably play it, Creighton.
Probably.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I think there's a reason she's got scholarship to play Division I basketball.
Yeah. Carson Zump with her first personal foul, 5th team foul. Allie Johnson in for Platteview along with Emma Lewis. Brotzki to try to convert the 3-point play. Cannot, but an offensive rebound, and the putback is good by Superior.
Almost better that Brotzki missed that free throw to get 2 points instead of 1.
Basically a 4-point possession there for Platteview, pushing their lead to 11, 31-20 with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Riley guarded by Brotzki. Zump guarded by Starks. Carson gets by her, goes baseline, and a blocking foul, and Carson Zump will get a couple of free throws.
A little bit of movement as she took the contact, drew that blocking foul. Good call.
Yep. Emma Lewis took the worst of that, actually. A couple tears in the eyes as she kind of doubled over there at the foul line.
It's a lot of contact to take. She'll come off the floor now, find a substitute.
4 team fouls, by the way, against Platteview. Got to bring Brooke Karnick into the game for Platteview. Back into the 2 free throws for Zump. Ooh, missed them both, and Starks with a rebound.
Both kind of gave her the unlucky bounce from the rim.
So a really big last 2 minutes of this first half for York. Don't want to let Platteview get out and run away with this thing. High post, Starks has it. Back into the corner for Johnson. Now Brotzki tries to throw it back onto the baseline, and Zump almost came away with the steal, but out of bounds and will stay with Platteview.
I would say if you're York, you want to bring your deficit back into single digits before halftime, give you some momentum going into the break to come out on top.
And that's the thing. Single digits is only 2 points away. It's, you want to
very manageable.
Be plus 1 possession the final minute and a half of this half. So you're not asking for a 6-0 run,
right? Which
would be nice.
It would.
Brotzki misses that 3. The rebound is tipped around and last touched by Platteview.
I think this is the possession right here. If you're Matt Kern, you have to get a basket because you're not guaranteed another possession. If he, like normal, takes 30 or 40 seconds off the clock.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you take 30 or 40 seconds off the clock and don't get a basket here if you're Matt Kern.
Instead, you get a pass that was deflected by Karnick off of Sievers and out of bounds. And instead of the basket, you get your 10th turnover of the first half. So York has survived one possession without giving up the points, but couldn't get anything themselves. Starks on the wing. Brotzki goes backdoor, doesn't get it. Into the corner instead for Karnick. Up top, Johnson for the three and knocks it down. I was just thinking, Hallie Johnson, I don't think she's even taken a shot yet. She hadn't until that one right there. But boy, now you're down to it with 40 seconds to go in the first half and down 14. Zump for an answer? Yes! Big shot from Carson Zump.
That was a big shot. But Payton Brotzki calling one shot, so Plattview's most likely they're going to try to hold for the last shot of the half. Try to keep a double-digit lead.
Yep.
Over the Dukes.
Platteview undefeated, 7-0 coming into today's game and ranked number 3 by the Omaha World Herald. York 5-2 and ranked number 9. Their losses to Waverly and Superior. Brotzki had it knocked free, then got it, but now it's Sievers with the steal. And well, all things considered, that ended okay for the Dukes, really. But still, damage done. Platteview 34, York 23 here at the halftime break. We will have some halftime stats, perhaps even a highlight or two, coming up on Strive TV's coverage of the York Holiday Tournament.
Daniel McIntosh. I work for Truck Center Companies Columbus, and I'm a technician. I've always been interested in being a mechanic and working on stuff. I actually learned about this job through a friend, and he said it was a great place to work, so I decided I would apply, and I love it. It's good pay and good benefits, and I like my hours that I work. I like my weekends and stuff that I get off or my days off. And the other technicians in the shop were really good about answering any questions and helping out anytime I needed help. They also sent me through the TAP program in Omaha, and that was a lot of help as well. I learned a lot going through that program. I would highly recommend this job to some younger kids or some like high school students or even some other techs that have been doing it for a while.
Trapped. Kicked out.
Boy, there's been a couple times that Mittman has turned down an open shot so far. This has been a long possession for the Dukes, and it's going to end in an open layup for Haley Pohl.
Went at that area.
Right. In the corner, Kaylee Kaler with it, drives baseline. Back up to the top for Hallie Johnson. They want the dump down low. Brotzki got position, puts it up and in. Emma, 5'5" sophomore. Behind the back, and now into the corner. There we go, up with a three, and it's good. Platteview by 3, and a 3 goes up. That's short, and Riley with a defensive rebound. Here come the Dukes at the other end. This first layup no good. Riley got it back and put it in. At the other end, this first layup no good. Riley got it back and put it in.
That almost could have been and one for Lauren Riley. Transition, way too much for York's defense.
Brotzki with her dribble over to the right side for Emma Lewis.
This is where I'm interested to see how York fares when Lauren Riley is on the bench. Because haven't seen that from York much this year. In past years where they've had 4 guards on the floor at a time, they run the floor a lot as Brotzki gets a steal for Platteview off the opening possession for York.
Guarded by Riley. Lauren gives up a few inches, but not any quickness, that's for sure. Baseline drive all the way around, and Brotzki ends up with the position, got sealed off the corner. Now out and around. Pohl looks for the block, and nope, stolen away. Brotzki again with a steal. Payton stops, pulls up at 10, knocks it down.
It's hard to defend when you don't know if she's going to drive by you or pull up right in front of you.
Riley will spot a three and bank it home from the top. Even Lauren surprised herself like, well, okay, it went in, I guess.
Scored on each side of the ball.
Severs has it, top of the key, into a double team. Now Pohl trying to drive, pinned it on her hip, and gets it on the baseline for Carson Zump, who knocks it down. Steals for Platteview. The three no good by Kaler, and tracking down a rebound though in the corner. Brotzki hangs, finishes with a foul. Starks on the wing. Brotzki goes backdoor, doesn't get it, into the corner instead for Karnick. Up top, Johnson for the three and knocks it down. Not yet. She hadn't until that one right there. But boy, now you're down to it with 40 seconds to go in the first half and down 14. Zump for an answer? Yes! Big shot from Carson Zump.
That was it.
Done. Platteview 34, York 23 here at the halftime break. We will have some halftime stats, perhaps even a highlight or two, coming up on Strive TV's coverage of the York Holiday Tournaments.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work a computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Daniel McIntosh. I work for Truck Center Companies Columbus, and I'm a technician. I've always been interested in being a mechanic and working on stuff. I actually learned about this job through a friend, and he said it was a great place to work, so I decided I would apply, and I love it. It's good pay and good benefits, and I like my hours that I work. I like my weekends and stuff that I get off or my days off. And the other technicians in the shop were really good about answering any questions and helping out anytime I needed help. They also sent me through the TAP program in Omaha, and that was a lot of help as well. I learned a lot going through that program. I would highly recommend this job to some younger kids or some like high school students or even some other techs that have been doing it for a while.
Colgan and David Ginn right back with you from the York Holiday Tournament. Don't forget, if you're on Twitter, use the hashtag YorkHoliday17. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Give you a shout out if we got it. Sarah's on Twitter. Boy, as soon as that comes through on Twitter, bang, she's going to tell me no. Probably slap me on the arm if she's not eating chili at the time, which is really good. Whoever made the chili here, it's fantastic. David, halftime, Platteview 34, York 23. Payton Brotzki, she's very, very good.
Very, very good.
14 first half points, but it's not just Brotzki. Kaylee Kaler has 7. Sabrina Starks has 6. Hallie Johnson just 3. That's a quiet 3.
Yeah.
And 2 apiece for Superior and Anna Kaler. For York, Carson Zumpf had a really tough 9 points. Got to have that again for the Dukes here in the second half. Haley Pohl with 4, Rika Cass with 4, and Lauren Riley just never gotten a great rhythm. Brodsky's really good on defense too, but Lauren did put up 7 points in that first half. York 3 of 6 at the free throw line, 2 of 3 on threes by my count, which is probably wrong, by the way. And if you really want a wrong stat, I had Platteview going 15 of 20 from the field total in that first half, including 13 of 16 on twos.
Nice job by York to start the half, trapping the first pass, forcing a turnover and getting the ball in their hands.
5 first half turnovers for Platteview, but 10 first half turnovers. That was a kind of a big deal there. So York, I had 14 shot attempts and 20 shot attempts for Platteview. That made a big difference there, in the score of this game. So an 11-point deficit for the Dukes as we start this second half of play. Zumpf posting up on the backside, got the feed from Lauren Riley, and Carson Zumpf continues to have a fine ball game. And like we said, Dukes are going to need more of Carson to be really good here in this second half.
We got to do a lot of that. There was a cross screen down low between the wing at the time, who was Carly Sievers, and Carson Zumpf got a mismatch.
And did a great job just sealing on that backside and kind of waiting for the pass. So the Dukes down 9. Platteview with the basketball. Man-to-man defense there for York. Brotzki guarded by Regan Cass. Brotzki gets by her, gets all the way to the rim, and has 16 points in the ball game.
This is a great job of using her body to clear space as she gets down to the rim. Doesn't use the arm to push away. Once
she's got you on her hip, you just can't get around it. Riley pops free in the right corner for a 3 and knocks it down.
All it takes is one, Eric.
Yeah, that's Lauren's second 3 of the game. The deficit is 8. Brotzki with her dribble. Into the corner it goes for Johnson. There's a double team. Pass up top. Brotzki's got it. Now to the backside. Starks. Good rotating. There's Johnson for the 3. Boy, that was great rotation by York, and just one extra really good pass for Platteview. The lead back to 11 for the Trojans. And how about Sabrina Starks now guarding Lauren Riley? So 6'3" guarding, what do they list Lauren, 5'10"? Or they just, they're playing zone. That's
I think they're in a 1-2-2 or
kind of maybe a 3-2 type look.
3-2, yeah.
Lauren pops free again. That 3 rattled out, though, and the defensive rebound for Kaler.
That was a really good look, though, for Lauren Riley.
Yep. Brotzki fires a long 3. That spins out no good. Zumpf for rebound, and she's fouled by Starks.
Good box out there by Carson Zumpf. Get a body on the girl that's got her by 5, maybe 6 inches. That's all it takes to secure a rebound, is to get a body on him.
All about positioning.
Right.
Positioning's 90% of it. Yeah, being 6'3" is the other 10%. So the deficit still 11 for York. Riley, right corner, another 3 on the way. That one bounces long. Kaler, the defensive rebound.
One thing they tell shooters, if they're in a slump, you've got to keep shooting. Not that Lauren Riley's in a slump by any means.
Shoot. Brotzki, drive hard, no good on the left-handed shot. Riley comes away with the rebound.
Lauren just hasn't knocked down as many as we're used to seeing her knock down.
She's got 2, man. I mean, she's not.
I know
she's not Leach Kid with 9 in the boys' game that we saw from St. Cecilia a little while ago. Skip pass, Pohl bounces it into the corner for Cast. Riley back to Sievers. Zumpf in the post, kicks it out. There's a three from Pohl. No good that time, but an offensive rebound. Lauren Riley swatted by Brotzki. Some contact, but no foul. And the possession for York.
Wow. We've talked about Brotzki's offense all night, but defensively, she's doing a really good job.
And she's so physical, too.
Yeah.
I mean, tough matchup for anybody, that's for sure. The deficit's still 11. Zumpf stays in there as Natalia Dick and Nicole Mittman each come in for York. It's Lauren Riley in the corner, back for Pohl on the wing. Mittman on the right side. Dick trying to post up. Riley fires a three in the left corner. That spins out. Zumpf grabs the rebound but has it blocked out by Brotzki.
And a lot of good reason, I think, on that shot to be looking around for a call.
Yeah.
Couldn't see it from my angle, but it looked like a lot of contact from over here.
Mittman takes the inbounds up for Pohl. Trying to get it back in the corner. Now right back for Pohl. Haley to Carson Zumpf at the top. Now Mittman on the right wing. Zumpf has it poked free, gets it to Riley. Platteview rotates pretty well in that zone, though.
Skip pass.
It's got to be just a little bit faster for York, too. Zumpf in the right corner. Now for Mittman. Dick trying to work down there in the post. Riley fires a three. It's no good. Brotzki the rebound.
That was the quick pass that we had just talked about. Had to be a little faster, and Haley Pohl did it that time. Shot just a little bit off.
Lauren hit the first three of this quarter, but has missed 4 straight threes and 5 straight overall. Starks lost it for a moment, then a reach-in foul on Natalia Dick. First foul of the second half on the Dukes. It's also Natalia's first. Carly Sievers in to replace Haley Pohl in the Duke lineup. Inbounds, Kaler, quick three, no. Starks, an offensive rebound, yes.
Letting them play down there a little bit.
Yep.
Like to see that.
And the lead is 13. This matches the largest lead of the game for Platteview. Mittman in the corner. Goes to the block for Dick, but Natalia has it stripped away by Kaler. Brotzki looking for the dribble drive. Gets underneath, lost it on the way up, and a turnover. Comes back to York. Regan Cast comes in. Natalia Dick to the bench for the Dukes.
Got to get one here if you're York. Haven't had one in a while. Can't give you an exact time, but it sure has felt like a little bit since we've gotten one from York.
Well, Lauren Riley scored on an early three, and Carson Zumpf had a nice feed, and that's been it. And Brotzki keeps swatting shots, that's why.
Wow.
And a foul then is called on Nicole Mittman on the loose ball for York. Zumpf has taken 3 shots in the second half. She has made 1 and had the other 2 blocked by Brotzki.
Brotzki doesn't have a size advantage on Carson by any means either.
Nope. Couldn't get the timeout there. Platteview tried to get it, but tie up, and the alternating possession goes the way of York. So the Dukes do force a turnover there. That's the 8th turnover that York has forced on Platteview. That number has begun to level out a little bit. Still, though, 11 turnovers for York. So -3 in that department. 41-28. Minute 45 to go here in the third quarter against the 3-2 zone of Platteview.
Talks about York not giving up many points a game, and I can't remember the last time we even really gave up 41 points in a whole game. let alone through 3 quarters of play.
That's got to go in. It takes a while and spins in there. Haley Pohl knocks it down. 7 points for Haley. And the Dukes are within 10, 41-31. So that's job one. You got to get a basket to go. Job two, got to get the stop on defense. Brotzki, backside for Starks. Slips through the lane and lays it in.
Not much you can do there if you're Lauren Riley with 6'3" standing right in front of you with only 2 feet between you and the basket.
Yeah, that's tough if you're also 6'2". I mean,
Yeah.
The lead back to 12 now with a minute to go in the third. Sievers top of the key to Riley on the right side for 3. Lauren knocks it down.
Timeout for Matt Kern.
Timeout for York and Coach Matt Kern. It's a full timeout. We could take it as well here on Strive TV. Platteview by 9 at the York Holiday Tournament.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
9-point Platteview lead with 53 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Timeout after the three-pointer for Lauren Riley, the first timeout taken by either squad of this game. Boy, we have just flown through this game so far. Only had 3 fouls called in this half. Haven't seen a ton of turnovers. So, yeah, we've moved right along, haven't we?
Less than an hour.
I like it. Platteview breaks the full court press, and then a steal at the end of it for Regan Cast.
I think that last 3 by Lauren Riley and the one before that by Haley Pohl is the exact spark that Matt Kern needed for his squad.
So big possession here for the Dukes. Down by 9. Lauren Riley popped out there but didn't take the 3. Gets it right back from Sievers. Now back to Carly. Left corner, Pohl for Riley. 23 seconds left. Zumpf at the high post. Blocked by Starks. And we're going to stay with York. 18 seconds left. Do the Dukes maybe want to hold that for one shot? Is that, I mean, I thought both Haley and Lauren both had shots to, or had a chance to pull the trigger there, and neither did. Now you probably got one shot here.
You're in that single-digit deficit, exactly what you wanted.
High post,
3.
Zumpf turns, no. Oh, and nothing, we've seen that whistle. It's just not blowing at the end of a quarter. At the end of 3, it is Platteview 43, York 34. Come back for the final 8 minutes of regulation after this on Strive TV.
Daniel McIntosh. I work for Truck Center Companies Columbus, and I'm a technician. I've always been interested in being a mechanic and working on stuff. I actually learned about this job through a friend, and he said it was a great place to work, so I decided I would apply, and I love it. It's good pay and good benefits, and I like my hours that I work. I like my weekends and stuff that I get off, or my days off. And the other technicians in the shop were really good about answering any questions and helping out anytime I needed help. They also sent me through the TAP program in Omaha, and that was a lot of help as well. I learned a lot going through that program. I would highly recommend this job to some younger kids or some like high school students or even some other techs that have been doing it for a while.
Nine-point game, Platteview 43, York 34. Final 8 minutes of regulation. Platteview in that quarter only took 7 shots to York's 11. That's a positive, definitely, there for the Dukes.
And that's why York's back within single digits.
Yep. Also, it helps that 3 of the made shots were threes for York, but that's a big shot to start the fourth quarter for Hallie Johnson. Hallie has 9 points on 3 of 3 from the three-point line.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, but I think that's 100%.
That's a Hastings College education right there, folks. Seavers right corner, that spins out, but an offensive rebound for Zumpf. Big possession here for York, down by 12. But the way this game has flowed, nobody's ran away with this by any means. York can kind of claw their way back. Got to win the minute, really, right?
Right.
Seavers curl cut into a double team. Can't finish off the front of the rim, and then picks up the reach-in foul.
Frustration foul by Seavers there after missing the bunny, I would say.
Yep. Third team foul of the half. That's the first on Carly for the game. Baseball pass on the inbounds. Nobody home. They try to get it to Brotzki, and Starks throws it over everybody's head. That means York will get it back underneath their own hoop.
Their own basket.
Okay, well that's a fortuitous play for the Dukes.
Just how Matt Kern drew up that defense.
Right. Zumpf on the wing, Seavers up top. Trying to get Riley off a couple screens. Lauren pops out to the left side. Now left open for 3. Off the front, though.
She's a little better off the catch so far in this contest than she is off the dribble.
Starks left open, and she buries a 3. Wow. It was almost like halfway through the shot, she actually did decide, okay, yeah, I am going to shoot this thing. Sabrina with 13 points. Now a reach-in foul on Hallie Johnson. Be her first and just the second. Just the second on Platteview. Don't forget the boys game, the nightcap coming up. Class B, number 1, York. Class B, number 2, Platteview. It's a nightcap game on night number 1 of the York Holiday Tournament. Stay with us, won't you? Lauren Riley on the dribble drive, all the way to the right side. Got the layup to bank in there. Lauren's got 15 points in the ball game, but York is down 13 with 5:50 to go in the fourth.
Nice shot through the contact.
Brotzki just plows her way into a triple team and gets bailed out with a foul. They're going to call it on Seavers. Carly's second, the team's fourth. Payton Brotzki averaging 26 points and almost 9 rebounds a game. She's got 16 points, but she is 0 for 2 from the foul line tonight.
That's what I was thinking. She finds it. Third time's the charm.
Right. So the biggest lead of the night now for Platteview at 14 with 5:40 to go.
Talked about some of the big names in the buildings earlier for not only this contest, but the one after. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is that Bob Jensen straight across from us, Eric? To our left a little bit, taking pictures above the rim.
Of course it is.
More big names for some big matchups tonight.
Bob's here, Sauter's here, Stu's here, Ron's here, we're here. I mean, Merrick and Cush are both here. I mean, we got everybody at this thing.
Everybody's here.
Who shot that ball,
by contest.
The way?
Regan Cast.
Cast?
Cast.
Thank you. Dukes selling out for the press in the full court and a reach-in foul. Tough call against Haley Pohl there. Haley's first and the team's 5th.
Haley Pohl gives it a split second longer. Carson Zumpf had both of her hands on that ball, so we either get a jump ball, possession arrow for York.
Yeah, that one I definitely agree with.
Yeah.
On Haley. Foul number 2, team foul number 6. So bonus now the rest of the way for Platteview.
That's something that each player on the floor has to know. It's got to be clean from here out, unless obviously we get into close game.
Brotzki working on Zumpf in the post and up and under. The right hand will not finish. Starks just up for a rebound. Missed it, though, and Zumpf comes away with it. And then Brotzki tried to save it back in, could not. It is out of bounds. It is York basketball.
Wow. A lot going on right here under the basket. Just to send this ball back the other way. Good hustle, though, by 10 players on the floor.
That's right.
All wanting their team to have the ball.
Natalia Dick comes in. Nicole Mittman to the bench for York. Dukes down 14 with 4:40 to go in the fourth. Natalia, pass up top. Now gets it back on the wing. Skip pass. Lauren Riley for three. Knocks it down. That is Lauren's fourth three of the ball game. She's got 18 points to lead the Dukes. In fact, the 18 points leads all scorers, as Brotzki has 17 for Platteview.
Brotzki's been shut down here in the second half, and I think that was a point of emphasis for Matt Kern in the locker room.
That was a two put up there by Johnson, but an offensive rebound for Kaler.
Down low, Brotzki kicked it right back out. Good touch pass.
But the three does not fall, and the rebound, Zumpf couldn't handle it. Goes to Platteview. Timeout for the Trojans will be a full timeout. Well, there's going to be, no matter what happens, the final 3:53 of this game, there's going to be a lot of teachable moments for York coach Matt Kern, and you always try, and I know Coach Kern is a big proponent of this, you always try to be better in January than you were in December, and better in February than you were in January. And you get to March,
if you
hopefully,
make it to March.
And then you kind of take your chances and see what happens. So lots of learning. And, again, I said it earlier today, nobody's touched a basketball for York in over a week. I mean, sure, you probably found your way into a gym, but
right.
You haven't had an organized practice until they were meeting when we got here at 10 o'clock today to set things up. So it had been a long time since Coach Kern had the ear of his team.
Right.
And, that's the thing about holiday tournaments. Sometimes they're not always indicative of how good or not good a team is.
Right.
I think when you've had this long layoff. You're not going to have a layoff like this again for the rest of the year. So the first game back, sometimes you can get flaws that aren't necessarily there will expose themselves in a setting like this.
Right.
This will be Platteview basketball after the rebound was out of bounds off of Carson Zumpf. The Trojans' lead is 11. They've had as big a lead as 14. Brotzki, quick shot on the inbounds, and it's good.
With the hand in her face, just turned and shot. No hesitation.
And then, you look at some of these shots that Brotzki's made, and you go, you know what? You can't really defend it.
No.
I mean, sure, you could try, but it doesn't always work that way. As a three put up by Dick is just a little strong, and Starks pulls down the rebound. 52-39. Platteview on top. Kaler goes backside. Starks waiting, but missed it from absolutely no range. Here come the Dukes. Riley across the timeline. Dick now on the left wing.
Looking for somebody to open up. Kind of see fatigue starting to set in for everybody on the floor right now. Not much off-ball movement.
Dick tries to make the move on Starks and then got her own rebound, though, and before anything else happened, a timeout was taken by York coach Matt Kern. We can step aside real quick. We'll come back to York for the holiday tournament after this.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together.
Platteview with a 13-point lead, a little under 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Strive Sports Director Eric Alga, joined by David Ginwright, York Duke alum, current Hastings College Bronco. Are you bowling still?
I am still bowling.
How are you now in season, or was that a
We've
fall
been in
thing?
season since August.
Whoa!
First week was our first week of practice.
Well, nice.
Zumpf knocks one down from the baseline there.
Yep, Carson's had a really nice game. Hasn't had a ton of opportunities in the second half. I mentioned in the third quarter she made one shot and had two of them blocked by Brotzki. It's the first shot of the fourth quarter for Carson, but she does have 13 points for the Dukes. They're within 11. Close to a 5 count, couldn't quite get it. Now Brotzki working in the lane, finishes no with the left hand. Starks fouled on the rebound, and a 1-and-1 opportunity. Carson Zumpf, the guilty party.
First foul for a while, though, from York as we entered the bonus at around 5 minutes.
Right.
So that's a clean 2.5 minutes.
Remember, they picked up 3 fouls in about 30 seconds. The 1-and-1, no good, but Starks grabs her own rebound and then travels with it.
Kind of a lucky break there for York.
Indeed.
Trying to get back into this thing. You cannot allow an offensive rebound off of a free throw.
So down 11 and 2:20 to go. If it's going to happen, it's going to have to happen quick. Pole being harassed on the wing. Now she's covered up, and a jump ball is going to be the call. It will stay with York on the alternating possession.
That looked like it was a rough scene of events for Haley Pole. Goes down once, is able to come back to her feet, just to fall right back down with the ball and have girls harassing her, trying to get it out of her hands.
Lauren Riley, right corner, strong. (52-41). Got to clamp down. Got to be a short defensive possession here if you're York.
Got to get out there no matter where they're at and put pressure on the ball, even beyond that 10-foot volleyball court line.
Blocking foul on Sievers. Carly's third. The team's 8th. And Kaylee Kaler will shoot a 1-and-1.
This is where doing your homework comes in, to see who's good at shooting free throws and who kind of struggles at the line, to know who to foul.
Hasn't been a ton of free throws shot total in this game. They were 2 for 3 at the half was Platteview, and they're now 1 for 3 in the second half. Didn't shoot a free throw in the third quarter. Shot high off the glass, and just, boy, it's been that kind of night right there for York and for Regan Cass. It was an open shot. You've done a lot of good things. Carson Zumpf had a nice move, got a good pass, and the shot just has not fallen tonight. Not with enough regularity for the Dukes.
Shots that have hit the rim 2 or 3 times before falling away from the basket. Just things that are hard to see as a shooter.
Yep. Brotzki takes it. Platteview maybe content to dribble this thing out. We've heard Coach Kern hollering at the girls, no foul. Just trying to pressure on the ball, though. And going to get a bump from one of the Dukes to send Anna Kaler to the free throw line. Call it on Haley Pole, and Haley now has 4. Mittman comes in for Regan Cast, and to the free throw line goes Hallie Johnson. David, you on the PA for the boys game?
That's what I was just about to ask, Eric, if you guys got to hear my voice for the next game as well with the PA.
Well, yeah, you got to
just faintly in the background.
You got to do what you got to do.
I'm excited.
Both ends good. Yeah, it should be a good one. Boys, York number 1, Platteview number 2 in Class B, both undefeated. Great take there by Lauren Riley. Timeout for York. With 31 seconds left in an 11-point game. Yeah, both those boys undefeated. You want to talk? Then you want to talk Division I athletes. Brady Hyman for Platteview, 6'10", averages 20 points and 11 rebounds. He's going to play at Nebraska. Garrett Snodgrass, pretty sure he's still going to play at Nebraska.
Yep.
Simon Odie, he's going to play somewhere doing something.
Yeah.
Right?
He's got to.
What's Brady Danielson going to do?
If I had to guess, just because the entire Danielson family is so basketball oriented,
I know, right?
I'd send him somewhere for basketball.
I saw a lot of football this year. Brady's the best receiver I saw.
Yeah.
I didn't see everybody, but I saw an awful lot of them.
An amazing talent at wide receiver for York.
I'm just saying, if we're playing football, I pick Brady.
I'd throw it up to Brady as many times as you gave me the opportunity.
And then you get, think back to the state championship game. Brady had all 3 completed catches.
Right.
For York. That was fun to watch.
Ooh.
Foul on Pole. That's 5 on Haley, I think. That is.
Yep. That is number 5.
Yep.
The official scorebook keeper, Chris Holder, holding up 5 the whole time.
So 7 points tonight for Haley. A couple of baskets in the first quarter and a 3-pointer in the third quarter. This will be 2 shots for Anna Kaler. Kaler finally makes one there, and the lead is 12. Zumpf tripped as she comes across the timeline by Hallie Johnson. That's only 4 team fouls, though, on Platteview. And the Dukes will inbound. So your matchups tomorrow. Can't wait to see these games as Riley misses 1-3. Now it's a rush into the backcourt. Riley takes it ahead. Zumpf at the top for 3. That's no good. And then Cast has it blocked by Kaler at the end. A lot of block shots tonight.
A lot of block shots.
For the Platteview Trojans. They win it over York 55-43.
Still a lot of good things you can take away, though, if you're York, losing to all-class number 9, Platteview.
Right. How good is Class B when number 1, 2, and 3 are counted amongst the top 10 in the entire state? You've got Lincoln Christian, who's there in C1,
right,
is up there like number 6 or something. I mean, there's some really good teams in Class B, and if you're York, you got to remember you're doing so much of this season without Tenley Hansen,
yep,
right? I mean, would Tenley have made a 12-point difference tonight? Well,
possibly.
She might have been. She might have. I mean, this
very possible.
You hate to play the what if game.
What if, yep.
But it's warranted, I think.
I absolutely believe so. And if you're Matt Kern, you've really got to get it through his team's head. Like, that was a tremendous game.
Mm-hmm.
The score isn't going to show that, but watching it from where we stood and the way we called it was just a fantastic game. York played so well against a team that had size advantage on almost every matchup, and to see some of the bench players, do the little things that made the big differences. There weren't very many bench players to put up a lot of points tonight for York, but what they did do is they came out, they filled their spaces on defense, they played great team defense, team offense, moved the ball well, moved without the ball very well. Just a lot of good things to take away against Platteview tonight. And for Platteview, they've got a lot of good things to take away as well, like in the same instances. As you play against a very good York team who's been very good, the last 3, 4, maybe 5 years. So you do a lot of good things against good teams in December. I'm excited when we get into even January or February, as you said earlier, because you always want to be better in January than you are in December, and better in February than what you are in January.
You're absolutely right, David. We are going to take a real quick commercial break, and we're going to come back with some full stats after this, maybe a highlight or two on Strive TV. Platteview wins it in the girls' game, first round of the York Holiday Tournament, 55-43.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work a computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Platteview with the basketball, man-to-man defense there for York. Brotzki guarded by Regan Cass. Brotzki gets by her, gets all the way to the rim, and has 16 points in the ball game. Once she's got you on her hip, you just can't get around it. Riley pops free in the right corner for a three and knocks it down. Brotzki's got it. Now to the backside, Starks. Good rotating. There's Johnson for the three. Boy, that was great rotation by York and just one extra really good pass for Platteview. Zumpf in the post, kicks it out. There's a three from Pohl. No good that time, but an offensive rebound. Lauren Riley swatted by Brotzki. Some contact, but no foul.
I can't remember the last time we even really gave up 41 points in a whole game, let alone through 3 quarters of play.
That's got to go in. It takes a while and spins in there. Haley Pohl knocks it down. 7 points for Haley. Got to get the stop on defense. Brotzki, backside for Starks. Slips through the lane and lays it in.
Not much you can do there if you're Lauren Riley. With
on the right side for three. Lauren knocks it down. The front, though.
She's doing a little better off the catch so far in this contest than she is off the dribble.
Starks left open, and she buries a three. Platteview. It's a nightcap game on night number 1 of the York Holiday Tournament. Stay with us, won't you? Lauren Riley on the dribble drive, all the way to the right side. Got the layup to bank in there. Natalia, pass up top. Now gets it back on the wing. Skip pass, Lauren Riley for three, knocks it down. After the rebound was out of bounds off of Carson Zumpf. The Trojans' lead is 11. They've had as big a lead as 14. Brotzki, quick shot on the inbounds, and it's good. A lot of block shots tonight.
A lot of block shots.
For the Platteview Trojans. They win it over York 55-43.